It started off like any other day. I was going through eBay the other day when I found one item, one thing, that would change everything. Tang. Okay, not that Tang, but Tang the drink. It was created in 1957 and was made available to the public in 1959. It didn't really take off until NASA started using it on some of its flights, despite Buzz Aldrin later coming out and saying that Tang sucks. So it's still found today. The creator of it, William A. Mitchell, also invented Pop Rocks and Cool Whip. So real food scientist on this. But since I found that listing on eBay, there's been one thing on my mind. I need to drink it. All right, this is it. Finally came in the mail, and I gotta say, this looks beautiful. It's in fantastic condition. It is hard as a brick. There's a little bit of give in there, but it's definitely kind of solidified a little bit, clumped together. But I love the advertising on this. It's just perfect for the time period. I like the emphasis that this is not a fruit juice or soft drink, but a nutritious product of General Foods Research Center. And it's, General Foods Corp. Institutional Products Division. It's got the address there. You can see on the tear line here, there is a little start to it. Also, I am pretty sure they never sold it like this in a packet. I'm thinking maybe this was a sample, or it was some kind of corporate solution, not something that you could generally buy just at the store. I didn't find any advertising for any instant packets like this until much more recently. Especially nothing with this style and branding. So, maybe it was a sample. Maybe this was for a company or a very specific solution that was used. On the back here, again, it really continues that kind of, that aesthetic of this style, I guess, is the thing. There's a number stamped here. I'm not sure what it means. It's probably a lot code. 010166. So directions: empty contents of envelope into cup or glass. Add cold water to make 6 ounces. Tested and recommended by General Foods Kitchens. This envelope of Tang provides proportions of minimum daily requirements. Vitamin C, 320%. Vitamin A, 49%. And it's got the ingredients there, which we'll take a look at in a minute. All this style, all this beauty, and this is Tang now. It's an exclamation point. I'll be honest, it looks like crap. Like, come on. It's in the worst container possible. It feels super cheap. It's falling apart. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of the new style. But we can look at the ingredients a little bit. Let's see. So, the biggest complaint about Tang, probably the biggest health problem related to Tang, like, it's not very healthy. The first ingredient is sugar. It's always had a ton of sugar in it. And in the modern one, it's sugar, fructose, then citric acid. The top one is just sugar, then citric acid. And then it's all the little preservatives and stuff like that. They both have food dye, artificial coloring. It's similar, it's definitely changed. Yeah, let's get it started. So I wanted to look at this one a little bit more before we break into the new container. Now I want to open this, but I want to preserve the package as much as possible. There's a little bit of open space here, but it'll cut that off. So I'm thinking I might just cut right along there, or maybe I've got some little metal scissors. So I'm gonna try that. If that doesn't work, I'll use a razor blade. Just kind of along here, because I want to preserve the wrapping as much as possible. Let's see if that's going to open it up enough. Ooh. You see that? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out of here like that. I'll have to scrape it. It's the sugar. It's super sticky in there. But that's a little bit of a different color than what I was quite expecting. Let's see if I can just, ooh, it's very sticky. See if I can just separate it from the paper. I've got this little bowl to try to get it into. It doesn't smell super orangey. It's just like there's a faint citrusy, but it also just kind of smells like a thrift store almost. Not quite as strong. Okay, I've got the package loosened up, or I've got the puck loosened all the way down on the front. Nothing quite coming out. Now we gotta separate it from the back. I expected it to be a lot drier than this. I didn't expect there to be like any kind of anything that would really goo together, but I guess the sugar could do that.
1 hour later.
I think that's just about as good as we're gonna get. It's still pretty caked on that wall, but I've got all the biggest chunks that I can. So I'm gonna break this up a little bit, if I can. See, it's sticky. Because the next step, I have one of these cheap little video microscopes that you can get, and we're gonna take a look. Okay. So the video should be recording of the microscope. So far, completely crystallized. Honestly, that's really cool looking. You can see it's probably oxidized, and causing that kind of darker color. Let's see if I can get any closer. All right, that's about as close as I can get. But it almost looks like amber. You know, petrified amber and stuff. Dang. All right, just for this. This is a cool thing. I'm gonna be looking at everything under this little microscope just because it's cool. Ooh, all right, there's a little bit more zoom. I'm also stalling because this looks a lot grosser than I thought it was gonna. So I'm just stalling. It almost, now that I'm really thinking about it, it looks like crystallized earwax. So there's that. Look at those perfect little sugar crystals right on top. All right, I guess now I don't have any other excuses but to drink it. So this is probably gonna taste real bad. If I'm lucky, it won't taste like much. And then I'll have my control regular Tang. And just, it's not gonna be a blind taste test, because that would be just cruel. Don't want to miss out on any of this flavor. Okay. And I've got my pre-portioned out water here, just in a bottle. Let's not mess it up. There you go, bright orange. That's about what I expected. So, to give perspective, if you've never had Tang, to me, it tastes like orange juice to somebody who hasn't had orange juice in... God, I can't even remember the last time I had just regular orange juice. So, if you like artificial orange juice, you're probably gonna like this. All right, so this looks like actual diarrhea. It's still got lots of chunks, so I'm just gonna keep stirring it. And I'm gonna hope just about everything, well, I don't know if hope is the right word. Let's see if everything dissolves. And if I get horrible stomach problems from this, I'll let you know. All right, I think, unfortunately, that's as good as it's gonna get. I got most of it dissolved, but, you know, as good as it's gonna get. The color difference is much wider than I thought it was gonna be, but you can still see kind of the yellowish, orangish tones in this one. It looks like most of the, or a lot of the ingredients have definitely oxidized, but it probably won't kill me. All right, so we'll start with the regular, modern, uninspired, boring Tang. Yeah, it tastes like orange juice to me. I haven't had, probably not fresh orange juice. Does not taste like fresh orange juice. It tastes like orange juice out of a plastic bottle. You know, like those Country Time or whatever they are, whatever that brand is. I really don't want to, but I'm going to. I come this far, but I'm stalling. I just gotta pretend like it's iced tea, I guess. It's kind of tea looking. I don't like the bubbles. Let's give it a sniff. Although I can't smell very well, so. It kind of smells orangey. This smells way more orangey, but there's a little bit there. A little bit there. All right, here we go. Just a little taste, that's all. Just a little taste. Okay, that's really weird. That is, I gotta get another taste. It tastes like a sweeter version of this. Like, this has less sour, more sweet than this one. But it tastes like Tang. You know, the difference isn't crazy. Not like it's not gross at all. It's kind of like a watered down, which makes sense. I didn't get it all out. I want to keep tasting it, but you know what? I don't want to keep playing with fire. But one more. That time I just kind of, I don't want to swallow as much of this as possible just in case there is something wrong with it. But it really just, if I didn't have to look at this one, if I didn't have to look at this and you strained it, I would just say it's weak Tang, like it needs more powder. And the only difference other than that is that it's not nearly as sour like this. So I'm shocked. Yeah, that's really weird to me. That it's, I guess it's Tang and it just doesn't look like it. And yeah, so if you could make sure that this was safe, I guess Tang has a shelf life of as long as they've been around. I wonder why that is. I'm not a food scientist in any way, but you know, if you like the video, I do appreciate you being here, and if you want to like it or comment or whatever. And yeah, thanks for being here.